Hi guys, today with Booked for Books, I will be reading a very beautiful short story. It's a quarantine love story. So let's begin. Love across the balcony. April had dawned on us, bright and completely hopeless, as perfectly devastating news hit our home. My mother and my grandmother were both tested corona positive and were admitted to the hospital. As soon as the news spread around, faster than wildfire, our building was sealed immediately. It was anyway not a juvenile atmosphere before, having to adjust among the ungrateful individuals I had to call as my family. But now, it was like being quarantined in the confines of a privacy-less hellhole. The responsibility of the household evidently fell on me, being the elder sibling and also the sole girl of the family. I didn't do a good job handling the house, as my father and my brother pointed out every moment of every day. I wish you could be more like your mother because you can't take responsibility. My father hissed at me one day, not even offering me any kind of help, let alone showering some soothing words on me. The day passed along miserably, and when I finally got time to get down with my work, it was 2 a.m. I sat in our house's balcony with my laptop, typing away furiously as tears threatened to flow down my cheeks. "Are you crying?" a hesitant voice asked me. I raised my head from the screen, fearing my brother had caught me in my weak moments, or worse, my father. But no, it was Raghav, our neighbor's son. I tried to suppress a groan as I gazed at his face, quite visible from my side. I had made peace with not having some alone time in the house, with balconies of a building guaranteeing that we did not have alone time here too were just outright annoying. A low wall separated the adjacent apartment balconies, meaning anyone can peep into others' life quite easily. I absolutely hated the balcony and made my feelings quite clear about it to everyone else. I rarely used the space, but the quiet and peace of the nighty hours lured me out of my room during the lockdown. I discreetly wiped away my tears, getting a good look at his slender face in the moonlight. He looked unbearably sad. "What happened?" "Lockdown just started and I already want to go back to Pune," Raghav stated. "My parents just keep fighting all day." "Is it still going on?" I sighed. Raghav and I had been friends when we were kids. We'd play and share things, including his parents' potential divorce. Times flew by and he shifted to Pune for his higher education, bringing geographical distance in our almost distant acquaintance. He nodded, yes. We would just leave the house after they'd start their fights, but now we don't even have that option left anymore. I just come here to the balcony at night to calm myself down and strengthen myself so that I can face another day here. I nodded at him, understanding. I had seen him more than once here before, but never interacted with him. Just a nod here or a wave there. "Don't be sad. Things will get better." I offered, then added, "You know I'm here for you, right?" Raghav suddenly jerked back at my words as if he regretted having shared something about himself so easily. "I should let you get back to work. Sorry for taking your time." He turned and wheeled back into his home. It was seemingly a quite small interaction, but it paved way for a nighty, dismal friendship. Days turned into weeks as we'd wait for each other after midnight. My father continued his same unbearable behavior, my brother turning a blind eye towards us. But meeting Raghav made everything slightly positive. We'd hang out together till one of us declared that we had to go to bed. May was winding down, bringing with it hopes of freedom for Raghav and some unexplainable sad feelings in me at the thought of his leaving. "Why do you never share what you feel, Arya?" he asked as I came out on the balcony and greeted him. The question was unexpected, catching me off guard. Without thinking, I blurted out, "My problems are not that important." "What does that mean?" Raghav asked curiously, making himself comfortable on the low wall. "It's nothing important. Dad humiliating me every day, brother ignoring us as usual. I summarized. Tell me, he said softly. A sudden strong urge to say seized me, and I opened my heart to Raghav, telling him how my life has always been controlled by my family, and I couldn't speak it out. As my story progressed, he crossed over to come and sit by my side, holding my hand. I spoke freely, right from how I was forced to change my career to how my father once slapped me over a minor inconvenience, but more importantly, about how I was not supposed to express any ugly emotion over how I was living a life. And he piped up. But I understand it would be so hard on you to live like that, he said. I have the freedom to stomp my feet in my house at least. I laughed at that, but suddenly cut off. Raghav leaned over to me and kissed me. His kiss told me everything. He wasn't able to put into words, and it was enough for me. We sat there entangled in compassionate silence for a while before he got up to go. Would you be here tomorrow? Wouldn't miss it for the world, I said, with a smile, squeezing his hand. I tiptoed my way back into my room, my mind drenched in Raghav's thoughts. Are you coming from the balcony? The horror in my brother's whisper was evident. He was standing by the fridge in the kitchen and was perfectly privy to my feelings about the space. Yes, but you loathe that balcony, he stated, puzzled. I smiled at his statement. I think I've fallen in love with this art. So here it was, a very beautiful short quarantine love story. You never know what people are going through, and since we are not connected physically to each other and we do not have that physical energy, it's very important to interact with every person that you meet or care about on a daily basis. It's a very beautiful short story, and I hope you could relate to it. Thank you.